Welcome, Sagittarius, to the Temple of Consciousness. Give me a moment to move the mic. My name is Ava. I'm inviting you in to my temple and home and sanctuary for your June 2025 Astro Tarot forecast. I recently moved from Florida to here in the Big Island, and I've been experimenting with what I wanted to do with this channel I've had for 9 years. In fact, even about 2 or 3 years ago, I got the urge to do something different with it. So I experimented back then, and I failed at the idea that I had because it involved another person. And that can always be difficult. So I waited, and ultimately destiny decided for me what I should do. And it literally picked me up and put me here into this beautiful off-grid sanctuary from where I have the peace, solitude, and beauty, natural beauty to inspire me. Consequently, I've sort of been experimenting with how I want to present the astrology forecast, the tarot forecast, and the single yoga pose that I give you afterwards. I've tried it with the tarot reading and the yoga pose all on the same video. And last month I separated the astrology forecast. But I feel that it will make it a lot more usable for everyone out there if I instead include the astrology forecast on the same video that I do the tarot forecast. And if it makes the video too long, because I have very limited editing facilities, then I'll put the yoga pose and the yoga mudra on a separate video, which I'll publish at the same time. So with that said, let's begin your astrology forecast. Sag. You're one of my favorite signs, by the way. And there's reasons for that. You have a very well-developed humor, and you are philosophical by nature. You have sort of endless energy to put into the pursuit of knowledge, wisdom, awareness. I love your impulsiveness, and even sometimes your ability to take risks. All of this is very attractive to me, and I'm sure to the rest of the world. I follow the transits of only 2 planets, Venus and Mars. And the reason for that is because I love the duality. I love the yin-yang of it, the male-femaleness of it. It sort of covers a lot of territory in a very simple way and brings us into the present. How the celestial sphere is influencing us in the moment, in our present circumstance and situation. Venus being the planet representing the female aspect of nurturing and loving and empathizing and bonding with other human beings. Mars is the warrior, the conqueror, the activator, the doer, and they, of course, as the marriage made in heaven, and they reveal to us aspects of our current events that are edifying, informative for us. So this month, Sag, we have Venus moving into Taurus around the 2nd, I believe, of June. Venus in Taurus. Venus loves being in Taurus. Why? Because Venus rules Taurus. Taurus is a sign of sensuality, of following one's natural appetites, seeking satisfaction in the beautiful. It's very Venetian qualities. It's in your 6th house. This is the house that represents your everyday routine, what you do as far as your work, and involving also, as a consequence, your health. And this is a very fortunate transit because, first of all, as I said, Venus loves being in Taurus, and the 6th house is then blessed with this energy. It could be about self-love, paying attention with loving care to your body's needs, your physical needs. And perhaps, like Taurus, you're also very concerned with supporting the needs, the physical needs of others. This brings a lot of harmonic energy into your work environment and into your work itself. You might be feeling very emotionally involved in some project that you're doing, in the sense that you are gratified by the work. Maybe you even find it pleasurable, or you seek to gain work that is much more emotionally gratifying. This brings the power of love, compassion, empathy into the workspace and into the space of your body. I'm a lifelong yoga teacher. I realize that the neglect of the body can inhibit the spiritual development of your psyche. One has to cultivate a deep respect for one's body in order for your body then to respond and move into a place of ease, leaving behind dis-ease. This is your Venetian challenge this month. Become reverent of your body and its condition and pull in the feelings of love and compassion for yourself, for your condition, and heal yourself. Most of healing, in my opinion, is self-healing. I think we all always underestimate the power of the placebo, which indicates the power of mind over matter. And this is a month in which you may exhibit a strong feeling of reverence for your body. On a mundane level, you join a gym. You go running, you swim. You participate in the environment, in nature, which is also Venetian. So this is what is happening, indicated by the transit of Venus. Now Mars spends the first half of the month in Leo, and the second half of the month in Virgo. So Mars in Virgo, well, Virgo puts a little damper on the sort of wild energy of Mars, which is good. It sort of harnesses that energy. Sagittarius is a wonderful sign for bringing deep thought into a problem to solve it. And here we have Mars in the 9th house. The 9th house is the house of spiritual inquiry, philosophical inquiry, having dealings with higher education, higher thought. Often this is multicultural, in the sense that you can't be myopic, tunnel-visioned with this aspect. You need to open up like a telescope, what do you call those, kaleidoscopes? They sort of blossom out, encompassing a wider range of ideas, embracing differences between you and the other, between you and other people's ideas. So there's a loosening of the dogmatism that might have encrusted you in a rut of behaviors, thoughts, events, circumstances. So with Mars here, there's a shakeup. There's an awakening, a stirring of energy that helps you to break free of old, worn-out ideologies, ideas, opinions, so you can free yourself and do what's necessary to keep expanding and growing as a human being. And that is the first half of the month. The second half, our warrior Mars moves into the 10th house, at the very apex of the chart. It is where you contribute, where you share your talents, skills, your natural uniqueness with the world. And it involves your career and your social status, your place in the social scheme. So it often portends promotions, seeking for more recognition, seeking for a broader worldview within your career, reaching out to the unfamiliar, that is Mars back in the 9th house in Virgo. Here, you then take that, the seeds of those ideas, and they blossom out in the second half of the month, where you take what you've experienced, both internally and externally, and then you transform that into an improvement, a betterment of yourself, and therefore of how you stand in the social structure, the social hierarchy. How much respect, honor, and praise that you'll receive is completely dependent this month on how open you are to what is different from you. Different in idea, different in behavior, different in, say, whatever aspect. Foreign travel is often involved for business when this occurs. But it can be any combination of bringing the unfamiliar to a higher level of utility, so that you can advance your services, your contribution in talents and skills to place yourself at a higher rung of respect and authority. That will be the second half of the month. So let's just end it there and move on to the tarot forecast. The tarot forecast is a 4-card spread. And like the astrology forecast, I like to keep it simple and to the point. And I hopefully will be able to join together the messages sent by the stars and by the tarot. So please stay tuned for the tarot forecast coming up now to the tarot part of this forecast for June 2025. Remember that this is relevant to you if your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign is Sagittarius. So Sag, that was a very interesting forecast for the transits of Venus and Mars. And I'm going to shuffle the cards right here in front of you. And I'm going to take two of them, and I'm going to reverse it and put it back. And I'm going to take another, reverse it, and put it back somewhere else here, like that. So now we shuffle like this, mixing up the cards as well as we can. In the philosophy of the tarot, it is not assumed that there is such a thing as chance or randomness. Everything is connected to everything else, and nothing happens without it being felt through the entire system of reality. So this is why when I'm shuffling, I like to think about the characteristics of the sign that I'm shuffling for. And Sag, as I said, you are one of my favorites. You're a cardinal sign. Cardinals activate, they initiate, though Aries and Leo are probably better examples of that kind of initiation. You're more of someone who is a reformer. You're always attempting to correct the system, to make things better, to delve deeply into the cause of it, whatever that it is. And you make, therefore, wonderful teachers, philosophers, adventurers, because you have that fire, spontaneity, and impulsiveness that makes you fearless. And yet, you always have your wit about you. You can always turn even the worst situation around with your sense of comedy, life's comedy. So, let's see what we get. As you can see, we lift, like that. We make 3 stacks. We take the one closest to us and we put it on top. Then we put the other on top of that, and we put it down. And this is a 4-card spread. The first card represents the theme, the overall mood or vibration or focus, subject of the month. Look at that. That's the Tower. This is a very dramatic card. And it depicts lightning striking the crown of the tower, which sends flames down into the structure and causes all the inhabitants to exit very quickly. So there's a suddenness and a powerful change that takes place because of this lightning bolt. And in the tarot, the crown is the mind, is the head, the intellect. When we have this symbol of the lightning bolt, it's suddenly you feel enlightened. You get an epiphany about something, which ultimately breaks down the existing structure. Now you've got Mars in the 9th house. Mars is a disruptive element as well as a constructive element. Mars will, as a warrior, come in and destroy what was, because it no longer serves the needs and purposes of its focus and intent, of its needs, of its fundamental nature. So something breaks down. And since we have Mars in the 10th house, the second half of the month, perhaps this is related to then what Mars does with that lightning bolt, that aha moment. You get that aha moment probably at the beginning of the month, which is Mars in the 9th house of deep thought, of expanding out your emotional and intellectual territory, where you encompass the unfamiliar and edify yourself. You literally wise up. And something then has to be dismantled. The clues are that it might involve your work environment, your career circumstance, or something to do with your health and well-being. Something needs drastic reconstruction. That is the scope of what I think this means for us, for you, Sag, for the month of June. To begin, the second card represents your specific challenge in all of this. We have the King of Cups. So sometimes this represents a human being, one who uses their imagination, their creativity to achieve success and to overcome their challenges, the obstacles, the roadblocks they may encounter. He's the navigator. He's a sort of captain. You see him, he's literally, his throne is floating on water. Cups are the water sign. And so this is challenging you to use your imagination, your deep-rooted creativity to navigate through what is presented by the Tower. That dramatic reconstruction, reordering, or the bringing down of what was built on quicksand, or built with unreliable material. This is an interesting dichotomy here, because the King of Cups is emotionally in charge of himself. And during this radical reconstruction of whatever it is that's pertinent to you, you must remain emotionally in control, so that when all about you people are losing their heads, you remain calm, and you can then lead them, navigate through the troubles, the troubled waters, until you arrive on a distant, safe shore. That is your challenge. Sag. Remember, this could be about your health, about your career, about your work, about your service. It could even be about your spiritual course or path that you've chosen. In the position of the unexpected, we have the Emperor. So we have two rulers, both with similar temperaments, in that the Emperor is very self-controlled. He rules with law and order, with organization, with tenacity, and with steadfastness. That must be Venus in Taurus, your 6th house. So within the workspace, because Venus is in the house of your work, and perhaps, remember, to do with your health, we have a very reliable authority figure who is in command of himself first, and is able to organize and bring to success any enterprise, venture that he puts his mind to. That could represent somebody else, like your boss, like your father, like your anybody in your midst that is like that. Or it could represent you becoming the Emperor, taking charge, fearlessly, steadfastly. Again, Venus is transiting Taurus. Taurus is the sign of steadfastness, reliability, determination. He sits on a granite throne. The King of Cups lives on a throne that's always in motion. So he's always adapting. So unexpectedly, you then land on your feet. And you take complete control of the situation. And you let it be known that you are the one who's in charge and who can be relied upon. This is about dealing directly, perhaps, with government in a very positive and fruitful way. Or it could be that you represent a governing energy that brings order to the chaos that we started out with. This dismantling of what was and what was not working, and taking charge, taking the responsibilities on your shoulder, and very easily carrying them. The Emperor is deeply experienced in how to care for his kingdom, his estate, his family. So you get enormous help from either an abstract authority figure represented by some organization, or from a father figure, father-like personality in your midst, or you transform yourself into this rock of Gibraltar to help weather and navigate through the somewhat chaotic, emotionally chaotic course. Let's see how it ends, what the outcome is. Very interesting. All right, so we have these two gentlemen, powerful, the powerful king, the king of emotions, the king of self-control, right next to the emperor of law and order and social order. And now we have the queen of pentacles. She's Mother Nature. She's Venus in Taurus again. So I think this represents the outcome being that you make your home and or your business a place of security, comfort, and nourishment for you and your family. Perhaps you have two husbands. It's a happy family. Both of the masculine energies here give you the self-control, self-awareness, emotional equilibrium to implement instinctively those solutions that will bring you prosperity, family, domestic bliss, and business success. So there's harmony at home and harmony also in your work. Venus in your 6th house. So that is your forecast for June 2025. Now what I've done is I've also included a yoga pose that energetically simulates the vibration coming from this reading so that you can imbibe, pull in, absorb what is abstractly given to you here and feel it more on a physical and flesh dimension. Incorporate it into you so that you can act with natural, organic, spontaneous motion, ambition. You've got Mars moving through the 9th and the 10th, and you need your body to be completely at its peak of health and vitality. So I'll show you a pose that will help you to achieve this. That will be followed by a yoga hand gesture. And so, thank you. So Taurus, welcome to your yoga pose for the month of June 2025. Well, with the Tower appearing, and with Mars in the 10th and in the 9th, there's a lot of transformative energy, transmuting, reconstructing energy. So we need as much physical stress release as we can possibly get. And always it is the forward bend that is the way to release more stress from the body than in any other way. Because forward bends stretch the back of the body. And it is in the back of the body generally where stress and tension hide. In the shoulders, between the shoulder blades, all down the back, in the spine, in the hips, in the back of the legs, in the knees. So let's do something that will provide deep stress release for the whole body. And we do this by extending the legs out. By the way, I'm indoors because outdoors there's a huge threat of a storm coming. I don't want to get wet. So I hope you don't mind. We're going to do this inside my home, my sanctuary. Let's start by just pointing and flexing the feet, leaning slightly forward, having the hands right parallel to the knees or just a little lower than the knees, leaning forward. And we start to divide the body by pointing one foot down and the other foot up, leaning forward that side of the body and pulling the other side of the body back. And we start to exhale several times deeply through the mouth. We sigh like this. And we move. Close your eyes. We're just preparing, dividing the body in half, right down the middle. And then we inhale, we bring the torso back so the shoulders are right above the hips. Both legs are extended. Bend the right leg, right knee, and pull the foot in. Lay the foot against the inside of the thigh of your other leg. Drop the leg down. Face the torso and the shoulders forward. Flatten the back. Straighten the spine. We place both hands on the extended knee and we tighten that knee. We flex the foot of that same extended leg, pointing the foot to you. Feel the breath. Take a deep breath through the nose. Inhale. Exhale. We slide the hands down the shins and we stop at the center or the middle of the lower leg, right at the calf. We press the other foot, the foot of the bent leg, against the inside of the thigh, and we push out through the heels. We exhale deeply through the mouth. We let go of all our stress and tension. We release it now. And we hold, leaning forward directly above that leg. We then slide the hand down to the ankle, and we again rest in place, pressing the other foot against the inside of the thigh. We release the tension from the shoulders, from the area between the shoulder blades. We exhale it from the nose. We release it now. We let go. Then we slide the inner hand around the center of the foot, and we slide the other hand over the top of that foot. We pull the foot to us, we bend the elbows out to the side, and we pull from the base of the spine, from the hip sockets, we pull the torso forward, pressing the back of the leg down. We take a deep breath. Exhale, we bring the belly down, chest down, head down. We place the nose against the shin, and we pull the head towards the foot, and we pull the foot towards the head. And we bring the shoulders down, elbows out, We hold and breathe. Pull. Let go of your stress and tension. Release it from your shoulders, from your back, from the back of the legs. We hold and breathe. Gently now inhale, lift your head up, lift your shoulders up, release the foot, point the toes down, slide the hands up the shins. We lift up, place both hands underneath the knee, bend the knee and pull the leg in. Take the other hand and put it underneath the folded leg and lift that leg up into you. Put the feet down flat, parallel, right in front of you. Inhale, roll your shoulders up, lift your chest up, roll back, roll down. Extend the other leg down, and then pull the folded leg into you, and let it drop to the side, placing the foot on the inside of the thigh. We then place both hands on the knee, and we face over the leg. Point the foot to you. Press out through your heel. Adjust. Take a deep breath through the nose. Exhale. Slide your hands down to the center of the lower leg. We press the knee down. We point the foot to us, and we hold in place, breathing. You can keep it at this level if you like, or advance it if you wish. We hold and breathe. Let go of your tension. Press the knee down. Deep breath, inhale, slide your hands down to the ankles, and hold and breathe. Feel it. Let go of your back. Press the knee down. We slide the inner hand around the center of the foot, and we place the outer hand on top of the foot. We pull the foot to us, pressing the toes down. We bring the elbows out, and we fold down over the leg. We pull the head towards the foot, and we hold and breathe. Release all your stress. Let it go. Inhale, lift your head. Release the foot. Point the toes down. Slide your hands up the shin. Place your hands underneath the knee. Bend the knee and pull the foot in. We then fold the legs. We place the hands on the knees, putting ourselves into lotus pose. We inhale. We roll the shoulders up. We roll them back, we roll them down. We exhale through the mouth. We sigh and release all our stress, and we let it go. Bring your hands to prayer. We take a deep breath. Exhale, we bow, and we say namaste. Use that pose, use that combination to bring together the right and the left brain, the right and the left sides of your body, releasing stress from the whole body. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and supporting in whatever way you can. I appreciate it. So welcome to your Yoga Mudra for June 2025, dear Sagittarius. So you need peace, calm. You need stress and tension release. And this can be accomplished through a hand gesture, a hand mudra. As fantastical as that may seem, the hand is an instrument, an extension of your mental body. It does for you your bidding, for good or for ill. And so it translates idea, thought, into action. So we reverse heal with the hands. This mudra is called crocodile mudra. And it is intended to bring calm and peace and stress release, tension release to the whole body. So let's begin. You take your left hand and you put it out and you lay your right hand into it. And then you weave the thumb of the inner hand through the little finger and ring finger of the outer hand. So you weave the thumb of the inner hand through the little finger and a ring finger of the outer hand. And then you wrap the outer hand around the inner hand and lay the outer thumb onto the palm of the inner hand. See that? So then you take the thumb and middle finger of the outer hand, the thumb and the middle finger of the outer hand, touching the tips of the fingers together. And you bring it down. You bring it down. Face forward, close your eyes. I just want you to feel the effect of this. Close your eyes. Breathe slow and deep. And feel the tension and stress dropping off of you. Let it all go. Breathe slow and deep. Breathe slow and deep. Releasing all your tension, all your problems, all your worries. You let them dissolve, release, fall from you. We release now. Take a deep breath. Exhale gently now. Take your hands and put them in prayer. Bow down and say namaste. Thank you. Use that anytime you feel overburdened, overwhelmed. Let that tension fall from you. Release it from you. You can hold that mudra for as long as you can, anytime during the day, and as many times as you want. I wish you peace and tranquility. Namaste.